Now we will start a new topic called chance and probability. Say you are going outside in rainy season. When you are going outside, what will you do generally? You will carry a raincoat. Sometimes it may not rain, but even though we are carrying a raincoat, why? It may fall a rain. Rain may come. So, predicting that we are carrying a raincoat. Now, will we do the same in summer? Yes, in summer, will we carry a raincoat? No. Why? Sometimes in summer also we will get a rain, but we are not carrying. Why? We know that sometimes in summer also rain is falling, it's raining, but we are not carrying. Sometimes in rainy season it is not raining, but we feel that it may rain and we are carrying raincoat. If we understand why we are doing like that, we think that in rainy season rain may fall. We are expecting that rain will fall. It may rain, and there is a chance that rain will fall in rainy season. This chance is more in the case of rainy season. Whereas in summer, it may fall, but we are not carrying because the chance is very less. Now here our important concept is the chance. The chance. It may, but how much assurance? How? Is it happening regularly, or it may happen, or it certainly will happen? That all depends upon a chance. So now our topic of interest is this chance, or in other terms it is called probability. Now let us understand this by one example. Say we are playing a cricket match. So before cricket match, what will you do? We will toss a coin. We will toss a coin. Coin. When we toss a coin, then what happens? It may fall either head or tail. There are two possibilities or two chances that we may get either head or tail. Now what we are doing? We are conducting one experiment in which there are two possibilities. We are doing one event, one action, and we may get two outcomes, either head or tail. Now let us understand these terms. The one which we are doing is called experiment, or it is called random experiment, and the results what we get is called outcomes. Here the random experiment is tossing a coin, and the results what we get are called outcomes. So let us understand this random experiment. What is this random experiment? Random experiment. Random experiment means one whose outcomes cannot be predicted exactly in advance. Exactly in advance. That is, when we are conducting an experiment, like in case of tossing a coin, do we know what we will get, whether head or tail? In advance, can we say? No. It can be head or it can be tail. So, possible outcomes are heads and tails. So, these heads and tails are called outcomes. but what will be the exact outcome, that we cannot predict. An experiment like this is called random experiment. And in an experiment we will get some outcomes. In case of tossing a coin, example, in tossing a coin, what are outcomes? Heads or tail? These are called outcomes. These are called outcomes, or we will call it as results. Now, when we are tossing a coin, what is the chance that we will get a head? Some chance is there. And what is the chance that we will get tail? Some chance is there. Now, for which the chance is more, for heads or tails? Both are equal. So, the case in which both will be having equal chance, that is called equally likely outcomes. Equally likely outcomes. So the chance is equal to all the outcomes. Take another example. Say we have a dice. You know what is a dice? It is having 6 faces, and each face will have a number or a dot. For example, this is 1 and this is 2, 6, 5, 4 and 3. So this is a dice. So we use it for playing. So when we roll it, on the top we will get some number. Say for example this one. What is this number? 1. Other time when we roll, we may get 2. Other time when we roll, we may get 6. Like that we may get. Now the point is, which one will have more priority or more possibility or more chance? Can we say? No. All are having equal chance of getting. Equal chance of getting. So, such experiment is called equally likely outcomes. In experiment whose outcomes are equally likely, they are called equally likely outcomes. What experiment is conducted for this purpose? Say for example a coin is tossed. We may get head or tail. First record heads or tails. One time we got, say for example, tail. Second time again toss. Third time again toss. And conduct it for 50 times. Say 50 times. So what happens? Heads certain times, tails certain times. Record it and count. When we toss a coin for 50 times, we may get around 25 heads, 25 tails. Will we get exactly 25 heads and 25 tails? No. We may get 30 heads, 20 tails, or 24 heads or 26 tails. Like that, a combination we will get. Some difference will be there, not exactly 25, some difference will be there. So if we conduct for 100 times, so when we conduct for more number of times, what happens is, it will be more or less equal to half of it. That is 50, no? It may be 45, 55 or 46 and 54, like that. So the deviation will decrease. If we conduct for say 500 times, then it will be equal to 250, somewhere equal to 250 heads, more or less equal to 250, and tails more or less equal to 250. So when we increase the number of trials, that is when we conduct the experiments and again, so the possibility will be equally likely and it will reach nearer to half of it. Generally it happens, but there is no hard and fast rule for that, but it will be nearly half. However, such experiments are called having results as equally likely outcomes. Now we have understood what is a chance, what is experiment, what is event, what is result, outcomes. We understood some terms. Now let us link this chance to probability. What is probability exactly in our mathematical terminology? Let us see. What is probability? See. Probability. Say we are tossing a coin. What is the probability or chance to get heads? Let us consider one random experiment, that is tossing a coin. When we toss a coin, what are possible outcomes? Possible outcomes? There are two possible outcomes. One is head, the another is tail. There are two possibilities. Now, say for example, I want to know what is the chance of getting a head. What is the chance of getting head? I can say 50%, isn't it? So similarly, what is the possibility or chance of getting tail? I can say 50%. So let us say the same in terms of probability. What is the probability of getting head? I will say probability of getting head equal to. Now, how to calculate this? How many possibilities are there totally? Two possibilities are there. How many possibilities? Two possibilities. That is, number of outcomes are 2. Okay. And now, what we want? This particular outcome we want. That is, one outcome, head, we want. So, it will be 1 by 2. 50% of 1 by 2. Similarly, probability of getting tail will be same 1 by 2. So 50%. So to understand more clearly, let us do the same with a dice. Say for example, when you roll a dice, what are the possible outcomes? Possible outcomes. It will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now when I say, what is the probability of getting 2? When I say, out of 6 I am selecting one event, one possible outcome. So it will be 1 by 6. How it will be 1 by 6? Total outcomes are 6. I want to get only one number, particular number. So it will be 1 by 6. So probability of getting 1 when a dice is rolled is 1 by 6. Now let us elaborate this little bit. Now if I say, what is the probability of getting either 2 or 3? If I say, what is the probability of getting either 2 or 3? Probability of getting either 2 or 3. Now, total possibilities are 6. So, this will not change. Now, if I ask for only one outcome, then I will say 1. Here I am saying either 2 or 3. So, I am specifying 2 possible outcomes I want, whether 2 or 3. So, it will be 2 by 6. So, it will be 1 by 3. If I say even number 2, 4, 6, it can be 2, 4, 6, also it will be having 3 by 6. So that will be equal to 1 by 2. Now, there are totally 6 possible outcomes. So, either getting 2, 4 or 6, that is half of it. So, 50% we will say now, half of it. So, the probability of getting even number is half. So, similarly getting probability of an odd number is 1 by 2. So, this chance we are calculating and we are putting in form of mathematical equation, that is probability. So, the formula of probability will be like this. See, probability equal to, it can be expressed in form of a formula. Let us see how the formula will be. Probability equal to number of outcomes that make an event. Make an event. That is, if we want number 3, how many possibilities? 1. So we will write 1 here. If we say even number 2, 4, 6, 3 making an event here, there it will make 3. Like that one. And total possible outcomes. So it will be total number of outcomes of the experiment. This is the formula of probability. Sometimes we will say here number of favorable outcomes. That term also sometimes it is used. Number of favorable outcomes. That is what we are expecting. That also we are taking. So sometimes we will find number of favorable outcomes in the formula. Both are one and the same. Next, we will understand a term called event. Say, once we have tossed a coin, we are getting either head or tail. So these outcomes are called events. Say, when we toss a coin, we are getting head, getting head is an event. Event like an incident, an action, what is happening, that we will call it as a event. So when we toss a coin, we are getting some result, that is say tails. That getting that result is called or outcome is called an event. Or collection of outcomes will make an event. Like in case of rolling a dice, we can say getting 4 is an event. We can say I want even numbers. So we can say getting of even numbers is an event. Somebody can say I want prime numbers. So getting a prime number is also an event, like that. Let us understand this more clearly by taking one example. Example says a bag is there. In a bag some balls are there. It says 4 red balls and 2 yellow balls are there. So randomly we have taken one ball. All balls are of same size. One ball we have taken, and he is asking what is the probability of getting red ball. And other question is this probability is same or less or more than probability of getting yellow ball? Probability of getting red ball is there. And what about the probability of getting yellow ball? Let us compare that. That also he is asking. Let us do that. First thing, what we are supposed to do is, what are the possible outcomes we have to see? There are 4 red balls and 2 yellow balls. So when we pick up, it may be red ball or yellow ball. So total possibility is 4 red balls plus 2 yellow balls. So it will be 6. Right? Now, what is the probability of getting red ball? Probability of getting red ball. Probability of getting red ball. Instead of writing whole, we can write it as P of red ball. Probability of some event. Here the event is getting red ball. We want here the red ball. So an event is red ball is equal to, we know the formula. Totally how many are there? 6. And red balls, 4 red balls. So it will be 4 by 6. At the same time, let us calculate the probability of getting yellow ball also. Probability of getting yellow ball. It will be, yellow balls are how many? 2. So it will be 2 by 6. Are they same? No. Probability of getting red ball will be more, and the probability of getting yellow ball is less. This is 4 by 6 and 2 by 6. We can keep it like this, or if we want, we can simplify. 2 2s are 2 3s are 2 1s are 2 3s are. So this is 2 by 3. This is 1 by 3. Now, if you observe, why we got probability of red will be more? Because number of red balls are more here and yellow balls are less. So depending on this, we got the result like this. So this is how we will calculate the probability of an experiment. This probability can be linked to our real life. How? Probability related to real life. Let us see one example. Say some elections are conducted. So we will be getting the result. Before counting, some people will do a survey called exit poll. Exit poll. What they do is, before that only, they will estimate, they will calculate. Like one person has voted and they coming out from the polling booth. Just they will ask the person, to whom did you vote? They will write down, they will collect the data. Like that, they will collect the data from different voters, and then in the office they will start analyzing the data. Now, for whom the votes are more, they will do the calculation. Based on that, they will estimate, or they will say the chance of getting more votes to particular party or particular candidate. So what they are doing, they are just calculating the probability, and they will say the election result. That may not be correct, but they will guess and they will say these are the exit poll results. Like that they will do. Another example, say meteorological department. That is, what they will do is, by analyzing the previous data, they will say tomorrow whether rain is falling or not. What is the probability that tomorrow we will be getting hot summer? It will be very hot or normal, or it will rain. Like that they will do the predictions by using past data. This is also by using probability only. So these are some of the uses of probability in our daily life.